So, what if you could hire an employee that works 24/7, never, ever gets tired, and is constantly finding new ways to grow your business? Well, today we're diving into a new kind of AI that's making this a real thing. And look, this isn't just another chatbot. This is your first AI employee. Let's get into it.
Just really think about that for a second. I mean, an employee who doesn't just wait for you to give them a task, but actually goes out and finds new opportunities, develops new features for your products, and does it all while you're sleeping? This isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It's what's happening right now with a new wave of AI agents.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain. What is the tech that's making all of this possible? We're about to look at an open source project that is totally changing how we think about work and delegation and, just getting stuff done.
Okay, meet Claudebot, which is now called Moltbot, by the way. And I need you to forget everything you think you know about chatbots. This is different. The creators call it a digital operator. A better way to think about it is as a proactive, autonomous member of your team that doesn't just talk, it does. It actually executes on tasks.
Yeah, and this is absolutely not a toy you mess around with for a few minutes. This is a serious leverage tool, especially for entrepreneurs, creators, solopreneurs, anyone who's trying to scale a one-person show. We're really moving past the simple question and answer stuff into a brand new era of AI that's all about proactive productivity.
But you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds cool, but what does it actually look like? Well, let's dive into a real-world example that perfectly captures that aha moment. The one where you finally grasp just how powerful this technology is.
So, one user decided to treat his Claudebot like a real employee. He even gave it a name, Henry. And this might seem like a small thing, but that little act of personification, it really changes the whole relationship and sets the stage for what's about to happen.
So check out Henry's daily routine. Yeah, sure, he does the simple stuff like delivering a morning news brief. That's neat, but look at the rest. While his user is sleeping, Henry is researching brand new projects, he's analyzing competitor YouTube channels, trying to find what's going viral, and maybe most importantly, he's constantly learning and improving himself based on every single conversation they have.
Okay, this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. The user woke up to a message from Henry. It said, essentially, hey, while you were sleeping, I saw a topic trending online, so I coded a brand new feature for your app to take advantage of it, and I already submitted the code for you to approve. Just like that, all on its own.
Let's just break down that workflow, because it is an absolute game changer. Henry didn't just have an idea, it acted on it. It saw the trend, it physically built the new software feature, and then it submitted the code for review. For anyone not in software, that's called a pull request. It's basically a safe way to say, hey, I made these improvements, please check them and add them to the project. The human user just had to test it and click approve. Hours, maybe days of work, just done. That right there is the power of an AI employee.
So of course, the next question is, how do you get that? How do you get an AI to be so proactive? Well, it's not magic, and it's not automatic. Just like with a real person, it all comes down to a proper onboarding process.
The setup is everything. First, you've got to give it context, and I mean a ton of context. Your goals, your business model, what you're interested in. Its memory is no joke. Second, you set the expectations. You define how you want to work together. And third, and this is a big one, you interview it. You literally ask it, okay, based on everything you know about me, what do you think you can do for me? This is how you discover all the things you didn't even know it was capable of.
And here it is. This is the exact prompt that unlocked all of that proactive work. And you'll notice it's not a command to do one specific thing. It's a mission statement. It sets the entire tone for the relationship. You're basically saying, look, your job is to surprise me. Your job is to make my business better while I'm sleeping.
Now you might be thinking, this sounds pretty complicated or maybe expensive, with API costs and getting the right hardware. But to really get this, you have to make a pretty big shift in how you think about the money.
And this right here is that crucial mindset shift. We have to stop thinking of these AI tools as expenses, like your Netflix or Spotify subscription. They're not. They are investments in your own productivity. I mean, think about it. You could spend $10,000 a month on a human executive assistant or a developer, or you could make a one-time investment of, say, $600 on a dedicated Mac Mini to run your AI employee. You're not just buying a tool, you are hiring a long-term asset that literally gets more valuable the more it learns about you and your business.
But just like any powerful asset you bring into your business, you have to manage it responsibly. Let's be real, this technology is incredibly new and incredibly powerful, so we absolutely have to talk about the risks and how to do this safely.
And we really have to acknowledge these risks, because we are in the super early days here. This is not some polished product you buy off the shelf with a million safety features. It's an open source framework, which means you've got to be smart and you've got to be careful.
And the risks are very real. Giving an AI access to your accounts, well, it's like handing a new intern the keys to the entire office. It could get tricked by a sneaky email, that's called prompt injection, into doing something you don't want it to do. And of course, if it makes a mistake on a public platform like Twitter, that could have some serious consequences for your reputation.
Okay, so how do you play with this fire without getting burned? First, just understand this is all at your own risk. This is the Wild West. Second, create a sandboxed, controlled environment. Running it on a separate, dedicated computer is a great idea. Third, use brand new, separate accounts. Give it its own email address, do not give it yours. And most importantly, limit its access. Do not give it the keys to anything you can't afford to lose.
But if we can manage those risks, the future vision here is just so exciting. This isn't just about hiring one AI employee, it's about the future of work. I mean, imagine your own personal computer running a whole team of specialized AI agents. You'd have your researcher, your coder, your marketer, all working together 24/7 to build your business. That could completely change the game for creators and solopreneurs.
And that really brings us to the core of it. It's a huge shift, right? We're moving from asking an AI simple questions to actually giving it a job. So I'll leave you with one final question to chew on. If you had a tireless, super intelligent digital employee starting work for you tomorrow, what's the very first task you would give it?